Our scare zone is called Carnival, and it's a bunch of evil clowns.
Oh.
And they went what do you think it was?
I don't know. I got excited about a carnival and the pun, and then I heard clowns.
No,
It's
generally
not for me, but I love that you love this so much.
Hi, friends. Happy Midsummer. Happy Midsummer. I'm Amy Newman.
You sure about that?
I almost went first name only.
I'm Amy. They'd know. They'd know.
Probably at this point.
I'm Chris. Carr.
We're too filthy. Casuals.
And that's how the intro goes from now on. It's perfect and it's never been better.
We know that getting into a new fandom can be intimidating with all the gatekeepers out there.
And all the spookiness and the people jumping out at you and scaring you.
Oh, hell yeah.
Oh, this is where we're so different. And that's why on this podcast, Amy will go do scary things so I don't have to. And she can tell me about them and I can live them secondhand. My favorite way to experience fear.
And we're talking an event today.
Hell yeah.
Both my experience, some tips and tricks, and some of the big announcements. Hang tight. We will cover all those big panel announcements. HHN went for it.
Ooh.
John Murdy said, "Eat up, you little piggies."
So explain this event, because since I am not part of the horror sphere,
Sure.
I was just like, what is this? You should go.
I absolutely will. But before I do, a quick shout out to our newest, filthiest, not filthier than the other filthiest, but they're the new filthiest casual. Give it up. You better clap for Matt Wilberg. Thank you so much for supporting the show. Enjoy all that sweet, sweet bonus content. You can join Matt over at patreon.com/twofilthycasualspod for just $5 a month. I'm sure if you like this, we'll be talking a ton more spooky stuff in the coming weeks and months.
Yeah, because the Burr months are about to be here.
It's my time, baby. Though I'm still, real quick, it is still summer.
It is.
It is still summer. I loved this. But I'm like, no. Give me till the end of August. Give me till the end of August.
Yeah.
It's important to me that we keep that shit delineated. So Midsummer Scream,
Yes.
is horror convention, I suppose, but really what I think this more is specifically a haunt and Halloween convention.
Oh, okay.
So this is sort of the unofficial kickoff to haunt season. A lot of the big highlights of the convention every single year are these big, what would you call them? Like the biggest haunts in the area, right? So you're not Scary Farm, your Halloween Horror Nights, obviously. I believe they're called 13th Door, do a bunch of stuff in the area. Fright Fest, sponsored by Snickers. All those events do panels where they give you a little sneak peek of what's coming up. Then they have my personal favorite part of the event, the Hall of Shadows, which is a big foggy room where I was surprised. This was my first year going. I was there on Friday to check it out. And I was shocked by the scale and quality of this.
Wow.
Of the Hall of Shadows. So a lot of local haunts, we'll get into it, do displays, little amuse-bouches of what they offer. You have a big hall of vendors. You have panels, obviously, from the world of horror and haunts and Halloween. And you have your standard con meet and greets. I know I saw from a distance the last podcast on the Left Guys and was like, oh, cool. He wasn't there the day we were there, but I know Matthew Lillard was one of the big gets of the con this year.
Giving out his dad hugs. Love that guy.
All kinds of fun stuff like that. I know John Carpenter was around and doing some stuff. So some very cool guests from that world. And so this is at the Long Beach Convention Center. They just announced one of the big announcements pre the Horror Nights panel. They will be moving next year to the Anaheim Convention Center.
Oh.
So I believe this is because Saturday was completely sold out and I heard was a bit of a beast to get into. I think the demand has finally gotten high enough that they're moving to a bigger space. And they are also bringing back, I believe it's called Seasons Screamings, which is a holiday version of the event that happens some years but has not happened of late. But that will still be in Long Beach. Main Midsummer Scream is scaling up to Anaheim next year. So
you'll get some Yuletide spookies now.
very fun.
Oh.
Very, very fun. Pause for Celsius.
Sponsor us.
And what does that apply a vibe? Because it's still summer. It's still summer.
Pina colada.
It is.
Ooh.
It's so good.
Nice.
So that's kind of, in a nutshell, what Midsummer Scream is.
Mm-hmm.
I went for the first time. I'm not really a con person. I wasn't even quite sure what to expect on that front.
Yeah.
I think the last time I went to a con was E3 a million years ago.
Oh.
Because my dad used to do some writing for video games. I'm a fucking Nepo. The world's least successful Nepo, baby. I'm proof that they don't all make it.
Well, if this was your first true con experience, how was that for you? Did you feel a sense of overwhelm at all? Did you really enjoy it? Did you meet like-minded horror fans? What was the vibe?
I had a great time. I was a little overwhelmed in a fun way. I was only able to go Friday because of my work schedule, and this was kind of a last-minute decision. And would I like going more days? Yes. Would I have to really psych myself and square myself up for 3 full days of this? Probably, yeah. I was exhausted, and the night we went, it was 4 hours, and most of the days were 8 plus. It's I don't know how y'all are doing this, and I don't know how y'all are doing this on a bigger scale, like your Comic-Cons and stuff.
Comic-Con, Anime Expo,
That's a lot of people.
it's a C.
That's a lot of people.
Yeah.
It was a lot of fun, but it definitely was overwhelming. Just the size and scale of it, and wading your way through that vendor's hall was pretty crazy. But it was so cool. It was so fun seeing all the cosplays, seeing all the people just dressed up and excited about the same shit you're excited about. It is a really cool vibe. And I would say if you're ever on the fence about trying a con, find one for something you love and maybe start on a less crowded day. I'm glad we didn't dive headfirst into Saturday. I think we would have been a little overwhelmed, as much as it would have been cool to have more of this stuff happening.
Sure.
So
I feel like this is how people do, you go to WonderCon first and then you can graduate to Comic-Con.
That makes sense.
So this is I'm going to try the smaller day maybe and a little less time, and then next year maybe do a little bit more of it.
I think that's smart. Especially if you do have any sort of claustrophobia or crowd stuff, maybe not diving right into Saturday of Comic-Con. I probably wouldn't, but
It's a lot. Also, if you hear jingling or itching or huffing, that's my senior dog Gimli in the background, who's just trying his best. He's 16, guys.
feels like he's being passive aggressive
At this point. Yeah. I guess
I guess if you're recording your podcast, I'll just.
I'm just trying to live my life in my apartment, and here you guys are.
Yeah.
Constantly.
Sorry, brother. Sorry, brother.
So walk me through your day here. What's the kind of situation?
Okay. Well, first off, if we're getting into specifically my day, I have a question. And unfortunately, I feel like the very asking of the question is going to tip the hand of the answer. So I want you to keep in mind, I'm going to start asking this after every event, so you remember that sometimes the answer may be 0.
Oh, okay.
But this will be a little teaser for what to come. You've made it to the 10-minute mark and said, I think I'll turn this off. Chris, how many dick and ball and butthole do you think I saw at this con?
Ma'am. Well, I feel like the answer already is too many. 69.
Incorrect, but
Okay.
not 0, which was just not what I expected, but we'll get there later.
As part of the cosplays or just out in the wild naturally?
We'll get there. We'll get there. So we started in the Hall of Shadows, and this is maybe the kind of actual pro tip I received beyond your basic. Bring a refillable water bottle. They do have water refill stations. Bring comfy shoes. Bring your phone brick charger. All that good stuff. All your basic going to a large event stuff. The best advice I think we got was go to the Hall of Shadows first. We lined up about an hour early. We got very lucky. I feel like we were right there before the line really blew up. We were in right about a little after 6 and headed straight to the Hall of Shadows, which again is that big display of a lot of local haunts, which was really cool.
Oh,
a lot of, so the closest thing, there was a Paramount little house, which we didn't have time for because the line was crazy. And then there was a Horror Unleashed little display, but that was less a traditional haunt and more them. It was fun though, because if you listen to or checked out our Horror Unleashed episode, I mentioned that they do seasonal stuff. So they did have characters from the different seasons. I know they introduced 2 new characters, which was fun. Vera and Vincent, they're like a sibling duo. Like the master, what is it? Mistress of Manipulation and the Master of Deception. They're like kind of evil sibling magicians.
The Mungo, Jerry, and Rumple teaser of horror.
That's the one. That's the one. So those were very cool
Rise
characters.
up, cat heads. Let's go.
So they had them. They had the Krampus. They had the Feaster Bunny, the evil Easter Bunny, who was a lot of fun. The Vampire Queen, different characters from throughout their different seasons that are kind of becoming their own little icon thing, like their little mini icon thing, like you have the icons of Horror Nights, as we discussed in that episode. So that was really fun, and you could meet and interact with them, which was very, very cool. But a lot of these were smaller haunts, maybe not right in the LA area. Shout out to It's Straight to Hale, which is a Rancho Cucamonga based haunt that went so fucking hard.
Damn.
They went so fucking hard. Their facade was gorgeous, like this big moonshine still kind of thing. It was long. It was intense. A woman crawled at me. There was one of those, like a coffin with 2 mannequins, and you're like, I don't think these are people. And then a woman, and she must have been thinking about, in the moment, you're just like, that's a demon. Because I don't know how you crawled at me that fast with your arms that straight. And in hindsight, we were like, oh, she's probably on like a roller board or something to move that fast. But she just boop, 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 like right at me. And we got out of that one, and we were like, maybe we go look at the vendor hall for a little bit. Like, scared us so bad, we were both like, little break. Just a little nervous system reset might be the money move. Obviously, you get some varying levels of quality there, just with the different houses. I won't name names. A couple, I was just like, what is the theme here? I'm a little confused on where I am. But everybody was giving it their all. It's obviously just people with a ton of love and passion for this kind of thing. So it was really fun to just see haunts that I've never had the time or even knowledge to go check out. It's like, oh, I didn't know half of these existed.
I don't even know where Rancho Cucamonga is.
It's about an hour and a half east of here.
Okay. I just know I can't say it without my accent, or I have to do it like a newscaster. In Rancho Cucamonga. Otherwise.
You pass it on the way to Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah. So that was a ton of fun. That was a definite highlight. They definitely had some kind of slider show that, okay, someone in the world, I forgot to write down the name. Who was that? Because people were queued up like 3 hours early, and I walked past and people were going crazy for it. Sliders are the guys who like run and then slide on knee pads at you.
Thank you. That was going to be my follow-up question.
Yeah.
I visualized burgers.
But it's become almost a sport at this point where you'll have like set up space and people will demonstrate all the tricks they can do as they're sliding. It's very impressive. It's very cool. But I feel like I should have known who these people were. And I swear I walked past it as the show was going on and heard like, give it up for like, it was like rehab. Nermal. I was like, I must not be hearing these right. These can't be the names.
Nermal of Garfield fame?
That's was my thought. So if someone was there, if someone knows who these people are, please feel free to educate me in the chat, because that is apparently not my world.
Yeah, amazing.
They had, again, they had obviously your big displays from Queen Mary, from Haunted Hayride, from Not Scary Farm, and then Horror Nights, as well as the Horror Unleashed. Horror Nights, you got your first look at the Dark Zodiac line from Box Lunch, which is very cute. It's doing the Universal Monsters in sort of a Zodiac thing. The Aquarius one is the Invisible Man, so I was hyped about that.
Very cool. That's your boy.
I love that guy. I love that little freak. Cheeks out. You got your first look at the Hellraiser, who's going to be in the park for Halloween this year. Ooh. We didn't see him, but I went online that night. Everybody's like, Hellraiser's here. And I'm like, must have been gone fishing. Gone fishing while we were there.
Did they show you the Fortnite stuff?
No Fortnite. I feel like they've been very like, let's walk Fortnite. Like they know how people felt about that. I don't care. There's enough cool stuff happening this year, and we'll get there in a minute, that I'm like, yeah, whatever, Fortnite. But I feel like even John Murdy was like, man, we got Fortnite. But we got a thing that kind of links up with that. That'll be cool. With some chainsaws. It's like, I love a chainsaw. Let's fucking go. I love when they run at me with the little chainsaw.
Absolutely not.
It's fun.
No.
It's cute. There was a really fun display called Casa Calaveras, which was a really fun sort of Day of the Dead inspired art display with a cute little story about a dead couple getting married and celebrating. It was lovely. And obviously you have your cosplay, your vendors. And then we saw Urban Death Ultra. Do you know where Zombie Joe's is?
Yeah.
Yeah. So they do how to describe Urban Death? a combination of avant-garde theater and haunt and just sort of all the trigger warnings for that one. It's a series of vignettes where they black out the lights, and then the lights come up and you're looking at something. Sometimes it's scary. Sometimes it's a man just fully naked.
That makes sense.
Just fully naked, just all on display.
They've done some weird shows,
over
there too, with like, it's an Easter theme and someone's got an Easter egg in their butt.
Yep. It was a definite how I don't even know how to ask Eric. So what'd you think? Because it's like, what do you think about that? But I respected that they were doing something unique. There were some really fun moments in it. And it was fun to get to sit down and watch a little show. Because again, the day we were there wasn't a ton in the way of panels. So
okay,
that was nice.
Was that your main source of butts and peens?
That was all. There was only one, but
okay.
It was more, one, you do the math, but one nude man, and some breasts, but it was just, I was
that's pretty par for the course, I feel, for horror.
Yeah. I was just like, I was not expecting that. Party on. Good for you.
Honestly, those performers too, brave.
Yeah. No,
Very
good for
brave.
them. Good for them.
It's a whole other level of vulnerable.
The woman in front of me just kept looking at her husband every time the lights came up like, what the fuck are we?
I just came here for some Snickers and a couple goofy little scares.
You got to go to Fright Fest for that, doll. Mm-hmm. So that was kind of our overall experience. Really fun, really great time. Pretty much everyone we interacted with was lovely.
Cool.
One guy shoved a camera past me, but that feels par for the course, and honestly not as bad as I'm sure some cons get.
Yeah.
I can't speak for everybody. A community like that, a group of fans, is not going to be like a monolith of people. But on the whole, I think like hardcore horror fans are actually often a lot of the nicest people you're going to want to meet. Not every single person, but everybody was pretty chill and just there to have a good time.
That's awesome.
So that was kind of my experience. And then we can cover, there were bigger panels.
Ooh.
The Saturday and Sunday of the con. So I'm going to be so honest. Feels like the big three. Fright Fest announced some shit. Apparently used some AI art. I didn't watch it.
No.
I don't go to Fright Fest. I'm sorry. Should I? Let me know. If anybody here's a Fright Fest head, loves how Snickers presents that every year. But I kind of got nothing on that one. But Knott's, love me some Knott's.
I don't think they'd ever use AI. That seems like the antithesis of Knott's.
No, they do.
They
do?
have.
There's definitely been AI
out.
art on some of their merchandise, which fucking do better. But I don't know. I didn't clock any AI art in their presentation, but I'm also terrible at clocking AI art. So let me know if I'm wrong. But
such a disappointment.
So the funny thing about the Knott's panel is Not Scary Farm does their own ticketed event every year where they actually, because as we've discussed before, Knott's has the same slate of mazes every year with 2 rotating out.
Okay.
So Knott's announces what the new 2 mazes are going to be at their own event called, I think, Nightmares Revealed. That's like its own ticketed thing. So there's always a bit of a thing with the Knott's panel of like, what exactly are you going to tell us? Because you're not going to tell us what the new mazes are, which feels like the big thing people are interested in. So they did announce which mazes would be gone this year: Origins, Curse of Calico, and Chilling Chambers, which feels like the right move. Everybody kind of knew those were going. One is I like Origins because it's kind of a Western maze that in the ghost town area that ties together. There's sort of this idea of Sarah Marshall, not that one, the Green Witch or like the Witch of Calico, who curses everything. And that's, sorry, I hate you. That's kind of why Not Scary Farm is scary. So that one's a lot of fun. And then Chilling Chambers, which was meant to be a 50th anniversary one. So it's sort of a sampler platter of some of their best mazes. But after the 50th anniversary, there were great moments in it, but it just felt like a bit of a why.
Oh, okay.
So
good to move on.
Good to move on.
Okay.
The biggest, I would say kind of the biggest, most exciting reveal from the Scary Farm panel, there was, I would say probably a fan favorite, certainly one of my favorite mazes that last year was its final year, called Midsummer. That is a sort of 20s inspired carnival circus sideshow vibe.
Ooh.
But it's sort of this, forgive me on my, it's always funny when they give you the really deep plot and lore. And it's like, yeah, I'm walking through so fast, I catch maybe 10% of this unless you want to go research what it's supposed to be. But the vibe always felt like kind of this almost deal with the devil, like all the, if not literally, but all sort of twisted versions of sideshow performers. So you have like Vanya the Vain, who's like obsessed with looking at herself in the mirror, and she's kind of creepy. And there's one of my favorites is like the human violin or something. Like her arm was split open and she has the bow like playing her own innards. Yeah, it was gnarly and it was fun and it was really aesthetically interesting and creepy. And then, so at a lot of theme park haunts, you have your mazes and then you have your scare zones, which are, the areas in the park where you have the scare actors just sort of free roaming. And that boardwalk area in the back of Knott's, that's where Midsummer was. And then their scare zone is called Carnival, and it's a bunch of evil clowns.
Oh.
And they went what do you think it was?
I don't know. I got excited about a carnival and the pun, and then I heard clowns.
No, generally,
it's not for me, but I love that you love this so much.
Now, generally, the clowns in Carnival were a little sillier.
Okay.
Right? Like, they all kind of have their personality. Like, they'll scare you, but sort of a little bit broader, a little bit like, oh, you have clowns with sort of different personas. They just announced they're going to revamp that scare zone to take the Midsummer characters and aesthetic and overlay that on that scare zone, which I'm very excited about because I do think that maze aesthetic was so strong and unique and fun. So I'm really excited to see that get to live on in some way, shape, or form.
Hell yeah.
So that was kind of the big announcement from Knott's.
Very cool.
Universal, I feel like probably the biggest panel of this nature. It looked sold out. I watched a live stream. It looked packed in there. People are very excited about their Halloween Horror Nights. Now, Universal has announced most of the mazes. So we kind of knew coming in, they still needed to announce the Terror Tram. This is Universal Hollywood. Because of the coast it's on, they really just focus on that. And John Murdy is the head of the Horror Nights Hollywood event. Orlando kind of does its own thing where there's overlap in the mazes, but they have more space and more original mazes, and they're similar but different. Yeah. So we knew the Terror Tram was getting announced, which is literally, if you've been to Universal, the studio tour. They take you down to the back lot, let you off, and you walk a little path you walk through the Bates Motel, through that War of the Worlds plane crash site, and around a little bit. And they always theme that out to something. It's been Blumhouse, like, for a bunch of years. And people could see, because when you're on the tour, you can kind of see what they're building. And there are these house facades. And everyone's like, if it's Blumhouse again, I'm going to lose my fucking mind. And then we knew there was one more house to be fully announced. So what felt like the big announcement from the Universal panel is the Terror Tram, and I'm really excited about this, is going to be Art the Clown.
From Terrifier.
From Terrifier,
Oh.
which was a maze last year. Obviously incredibly popular. People go crazy for that little guy.
Mm-hmm.
And then also they had Art the Clown stalk around characters.
Yeah.
So this idea that you could see Art pop up even in like retail stores or restaurants or things that were normally safe spaces in the park. He could just like pop up and be a little freak at you. So Art the Clown, but Art the Clown, I'm like, I love it. It's intense Nightmare Before Christmas vibes. So I know the third Terrifier has sort of a Christmas thing going on. So it's this idea of Art loves Christmas. Art got a Santa suit. Art was told like, no, you can't do Christmas. It's too early. And Art's angry. And now Art's doing his own fucked up version of Christmas.
Oh, that is cool.
So they've announced that there's going to be like a chainsaw nutcracker, and they displayed a lot of the art, right? Like the creepy, bloody like ballerina, the nutcracker, the Rat King, the Art's Christmas tree farm, and they're going to have like the pale little girl, and like beloved characters from the Terrifier films.
Okay.
Which, you know what? I've seen the first two. I'm sure I'll watch the third one before the Terror Tram since it seems pretty linked. Fuck me, I kind of like those.
Yeah?
They are flawed movies, but they're fun.
Okay. All I know is that a woman gets cut in half.
Mm-hmm. And not the way you're...
No.
Yeah. Yeah, that's in the first one.
Yeah.
They're great practical effects. They're kind of campy. They're kind of silly. I think it... I don't know if this is an unpopular opinion. I know people really love the second one. The second one brings in a lot of lore. And I'm like, oh, no, we don't need to. I like the first one, which is, yes, the acting's kind of corny. Yes, it's a really shoestring plot, but it is just a very old school, like, we're just tying together a bunch of kills. And I do think Art is a really fun character. I think David Howard Thornton does an amazing job with that performance. And I think he's a new horror icon. Like, however you feel about those movies. And I know some people, even our team, like, I kind of don't like the movies, but I kind of like Art. So I like those movies. I was excited. It was rumored that it might be Art the Clown, and I'm excited that it was. I think that's a really fun pull. And I think this specific version of Art the Clown, really leaning into this Christmas theme, is unexpected and fun and a really clear vision, which will also be really nice because the Terror Tram for so many years now has been. And then there's a little section that's Black Phone, but also you kind of get some characters from Happy Death Day because that doesn't really need to be its own thing. And then there's a Purge section, a little disjointed.
Sure.
And I love a really clear thematic vision for a haunt. Again, it's why Midsummer's so good. It's such a clear aesthetic. It's such a clear vision. So I'm really excited to see something a little more cohesive. The Bates Motel is going to be themed out to the 12 Sleighs of Christmas, like a holiday party that Art's, terrorizing everybody at. They're going to have an art photo op, which I'm sure will be like a 12-hour wait every night.
Yeah.
And this meant nothing to me, but I know people are excited. Music from Ice Nine Kills, which I believe is a death metal band, but they played a sample, and it's a lot of fun. It's sort of that death metal take on Christmas songs that they're going to play throughout. And I love that they commit to getting artists people are excited about and doing original music, even if it's not a band I personally listen to. It sounded really fun, and I'm still really excited about that. So I think that's going to rock. My only downside, as someone who does the Universal Horror Nights passes, the Terror Tram is often, or has often in past years, been a thing where if it's really crowded, in much the same way the tram itself is as a pass holder, is often we could at least get on that in 20 minutes, and that'll feel pretty satisfying that we got to do something. Not with Art the Clown, baby. That's going to be a 3-hour wait.
Yeah. That's nice, though, that it's so intentional, because kind of what you were setting up makes the tram tour seem like it's almost an afterthought, usually, of let's just throw kind of our leftovers here.
Yeah,
So
it can be cool, but yeah, it's very much its own thing from the houses and stuff. So yeah, that this is going to feel, when it's so unique, right? That you are walking on the Bates Motel set, that you are walking through this really cool War of the Worlds set. oh, apparently that's going to be like Art and the Pale Little Girl like shot Santa's sleigh down or something. Like they put a lot of thought and energy and love into this in a way that, yeah, it doesn't always feel like it was a cohesive highlight of the event, which it really should be, because yes, Orlando has more space. Yes, Orlando has more icons. And I think the Terror Tram is one of those things that should be setting our event apart as, oh my gosh, you have to do the Terror Tram. In years past, it's been, it closes a little early, so if we miss it, we miss it. Oh God, that's the other thing. It closes early. Oh, I'm never going to get on it. I'm never going to get on it. It sounds cool, but y'all let me know how it is. Mama ain't got that kind of commitment. And then we knew roughly there is a maze that has pretty consistently, and I do, again, in that they are different events. Let's do something to set it apart. One thing I've always really enjoyed is they do generally do a Latin American themed house, something based in Latin American culture in some way, which sometimes crosses over with Orlando, but it does feel sort of distinctly Southern California.
Yeah.
Of we're embracing that this is a large part of our audience comes from this background. This is a part of their culture. John Murdy talked about, this is not my culture. This is not what I grew up with. But a lot of the fans, before we started doing this, were coming to me going, do you know about this part of sort of our culture, our folklore, and it really inspired.
Oh, that's cool.
That we're building this out as a consistent part of the event every year, which I love.
Yeah.
I went 2 years ago, and it was, I believe, they did a trilogy of Monstros, which was just monsters of Latin America.
Ooh.
Awesome. Total highlight of the event. This year it's going to be Quinceañera, which is
well done.
Quinceañera themed. There's a whole backstory of Lola, the little orphan girl whose parents were killed in a fire, and she was burned in the fire, and she was tormented by her classmates. So for her quinceañera, she's summoning all the ghosts and monsters and
oh, hell yeah,
terrorizing them.
That's fun.
With music from Slash, who has partnered with the event before, and he wrote a full original song that they've talked about. There's going to be an actress playing Lola, like lip syncing the song on the facade of the building.
Oh,
it looks very fun. It looks very cool. I'm very excited for that. And then they announced Scare Zones. I think it's Circo de la Muerte, which is like kind of based on traveling circuses from like Mexico and like the southern U.S. In the 1920s. So it was funny. It did feel like a little mirror of the Carnival announcement, but it looks very fun. There's going to be hackers with chainsaws, which is meant to kind of tie into the Fortnite stuff, which they, again, brushed over quite quickly. Blood Bog, Murder of Crows is back. That one's awesome. Shriek of the Banshee, and they're bringing back the four-legged stilt walkers, if you've ever seen those. Creepy as hell. So they're just it's a stilt walker, but they have them on their arms too.
Okay.
It's very, very cool. Hamikuma, who I learned about this weekend, who I met. I waited in a line. I was like, I don't know who the fuck this guy is. I believe I think someone told me he's kind of IP from a different park, somewhere like a Universal Park.
Oh. Somewhere
else in the world. Sort of this evil or kind of zombie teddy bear thing.
Oh.
I like his vibe. He's fun. And then the art stalk-arounds will be back. And then, and I'm embarrassed to admit, I gasped. John Murdy was like, oh, also, and then flipped the screen to Obsession. And everybody's like, what? Because they've said that movie was huge this year, obviously.
Yeah.
Really a pop cultural moment and a huge moment in the horror community, I think. And they were pretty clear of, there's no way we're getting the rights for Obsession this year. Apparently, they touched base with, is it Curry Barker? And they were very vague. They made it sound like maybe there will be a similar Nikki Stalk-Around character, which everyone then immediately was like, that's kind of a weird vibe, though, because that is a movie about a woman losing her autonomy and having horrible, horrible things happen to her. Like, I'm excited because I love Obsession. I'm wary because it does feel like it sidesteps some of the message behind that movie.
Yeah.
But they were very vague about what it even is.
Okay.
So I'll give them benefit of the doubt that they'll pull something cool off. And that was it. I mean, that wasn't it. There were a million other things happening, but those were the big things I wanted to talk about.
Wow, that's a lot.
Big weekend.
Good
So
time
big
to
they
like
got to
the
move it to
spookies.
Anaheim. Good time to like the spookies. Really fun little kickoff to the season.
Yeah. Well, I think that's so interesting that right now we are seeing this huge, like, just uptick in just, like, horror content and anime. Like, I feel like these are the two kind of fandoms that are just really, like, hitting a mainstream flow right now.
In the way D&D did a couple years ago of like, we've been here excited about this, but it just became profitable.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Which is fun because when you get more content and quality content, it's so exciting.
Or it's been profitable, but you just acknowledged that it was profitable and went, oh, we can actually just sell things to the people who are excited about this. So, yeah. No, that's so true. So, yeah.
Nice.
You excited for Horror Nights?
Man. I like the idea of going to the Sinners thing. That sounds cool. But everything else, we've talked about this. My fight or flight is awful. And I am terrified of clocking a sweet, sweet scare actor.
Yeah.
Because when I get scared, I wind back. And I'm terrified that I will just tummy punch somebody.
Sure.
And then I'll be kicked out of the park forever.
Yeah.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
They should remove me. But you can get the don't scare me thing, right?
That, I believe, do they do that at Universal now too? They definitely do it at Knott's. I think they do it at Universal, but that's only good for the scare zones. Because those maze actor, I mean, we've talked to Noelle about this. You're working pretty blind, like.
That's very true. You have very limited visibility.
And I imagine even in the scare zones, you're moving to hear her talk about it. It's like you're moving so fast. I'm sure they do their best not to get you, but they can't guarantee that.
And it's one of those things where it's like the whole point is going to get scared.
Right.
So I don't know if it's for me, but I won't know if I don't ever try it. But at the same time, I'm scared.
Maybe we could try, because I know my first one, and this is totally your call, but trying a smaller haunt or trying something a little softer. I know my first full ticketed haunt I went to was the Haunted Hayride here in LA.
Okay.
Which has obviously the hayride, which is kind of creepy because you're stuck sitting, but it's not that intense because they can only do so much to you as you're wheeling by. And then they had a couple of little haunted houses you could go through, but it was a nice, like, this is quick. This doesn't quite have the budget of like a Universal Studios. So that was my dip my toes in of, okay, I like this.
Okay. Yeah. I don't like being scared.
I mean, then it might just not be for you,
I
too.
know. It just seems fun that everyone else is doing it. And then
Sure.
it's one of the few moments where I do have a little bit of FOMO of like, oh, during October, everyone does this. And I stay home.
Yep.
But that's okay. Not everything needs to be made for me.
I'll just wear a GoPro strapped on my head.
Genuinely would love.
I'll live you like I'm playing Heads Up, but wrong, and tape my phone to my head and be like, Chris, are you enjoying this?
I'm just going to give you a little earpiece, and it's going to be me being like, Amy, you got to get out of there. Amy, it's too scary.
He's right behind you.
Amy, they're going to get you. And you're going to be like, it's not real, buddy.
That's the point. They
And I'm
can't
gonna be
touch
like,
you.
They're going to get you.
Oh, the worst. And I think I must have been through one. I've been through them before. But one of the haunts, because they can't touch you. So it's very rarely like an actual like a 4D experience. You know what I mean? And I've said it before, I'll say it again. If that's your bag, that's your bag. But fuck those haunts where they can touch you. Could not pay me to do them. Could not pay me to do them. If I have to sign a waiver, I'm 100% out. Shout out to, I believe it was Jenny Nicholson who said a haunt where they can touch you feels like a comedy show where they can tickle you. Like you technically got your desired response, but it really feels like you lost some of the artistry. It feels like cheating a little bit. And again, if you love that, good for you, but absolutely the fuck not. But one of those mazes, one of those little walkthroughs in the Hall of Shadows, you know, those two blow up balls they do sometimes in like haunted houses and stuff where you have to push between them.
Oh, no.
Oh, they're like two inflatable bags that meet in the middle and you just have to wedge yourself between them, but it's usually not that hard. And I swear they overinflated those suckers because I like went to go through it and then my feet started to slip behind me and I had to like push from my legs to get my body through it. I was like, I had sunglasses on top of my head and they were like sliding. I was like, I don't like this. Eric said it too. He was like, that took some work. I
just
thought I was
Ninja
lost
Warrior
in there
you guys
for a while. That was a little crazy. That was a little claustrophobic. It was one of those, these can't be that big. I gotta be almost on the other side. And then I was. But there was a momentary like, oh, fuck me. So, didn't love that.
Oh.
But the actors can't touch you.
So. Okay. Man, are you going to go back next year?
Quite possibly. I had a great time. I would love to plan that out a bit more and go see a bit more. I think with the proper planning and hydration and mental psyching myself up. It will also be nice that it'll be at Anaheim. It'll be a little bigger, but it sounds like that will give them the space to spread out a bit more too and have everything feel a little less tight and crowded. So I'm excited to be back next year.
Hell yeah.
Let me know what I missed. I know a ton, but if you went, what were your highlights? Are you excited for the Terror Tram? Are you excited? That poor actress. That poor freaky Nikki. I worry. Everybody immediately was like, oh no. How tight are you going to have security on that actress?
Yeah.
That is an unfortunate truth of the world we live in. But I don't know. He referenced it being a Where's Waldo thing, so they may even have her out of reach of guests. I think could be a smart way to handle it. I have no idea if that's the plan, but
like
if it's a bit of
New Yorkers.
Yeah, if it's a bit of a she's there, oh, that'd be cute.
Just have her kind of pop out.
Yeah, where she can talk to people and interact with people, but they can't totally interact back. Mm-hmm. Beyond maybe saying something, I think that could be a nice way to handle it and have some fun with it.
Because her in the wild seems...
I think they'd be smart enough to know that.
Yeah.
Well, I think Orlando kind of lost art privileges.
Whoa. People are getting crazy with Art the Clown?
Not too bad, but just more aggressive.
Florida, come on.
There's an interesting... Well, I think in large part it is because Florida... It's a couple of things. And then we can wrap this mother up. But... Florida, gets a lot more people traveling, which I do think nothing to do with the people themselves, but I think it can sometimes create more of a desperation of this is my big trip. I want to see art. I'm coming to see art. It can create more of a hunger for I need the experience I came here for.
Sure.
Additionally, I've heard people point out there is actually just a bit of a trained difference because our Disneyland here on the West Coast, our land of Disney. I don't know why the fuck I said it like that. Our park out here, our Disney park out here, has walk around characters. You can sometimes find like Peter Pan just free roaming. People were normal about that, but they saved their weirdness for online. We'll get into that someday. The spieling Peter and do you know this? No. Okay, we don't have time.
I only have my own experiences from working at the park of being like, hey. That's really cool that you have a tattoo of Alice, but also maybe we don't touch her as an adult, but also she is playing a child and let's not sexualize her. Yep. What the fuck is happening?
Yeah, the Tumblr girlies did what they do. But it is more common here on the West Coast to see characters kind of free roaming versus blocked off sort of regimented meet and greet encounters. So some people have been theorizing that we're just more trained for, you can talk to them, you can cut, but that's not, hey, come here, take a picture with me. Hey, come here, do this with me. Because then that ruins the experience for everyone. And we might just understand that better because most people who've gone to a Halloween Horror Nights have consistently been to Disneyland and had these interactions. So some combination of that. I didn't go last year because we decided to be Knott's people instead last year because we alternate. But the rumor, the sort of secondhand, what I heard was California was generally a little more respectful about like give Art his space, let him interact with you. Okay. Florida was a little more aggressive about, hey, come here, take a picture, do this, do that. That's what I heard.
Okay. There's also a lot more tourists, I feel, who go to those parks.
It's
than
bigger.
Ours.
Yeah. And again, I think when you travel, it creates a more intense, this is my chance.
Oh, yeah. I'd have parents screaming at me.
Yeah.
Just being like, we came from Indiana and we better get our picture with Mickey. Like, my guy, you will in a moment, but that's a 5 foot tall woman in there just sweating to death. Give me just 5 minutes.
Yep.
Mickey has to go eat a cheesecake. Calm down. That's my go-to line.
Mickey and I have so much in common, i.e., our consumption of cheesecake. A cheesecake.
Just a whole one. And that's how we always exit.
But yeah, that was Midsummer Scream. Let me know. Again, let me know what I missed. Let me know what you liked. Thanks for tuning in for some event coverage.
Yeah,
I know
thanks for explaining it, Amy.
Absolutely.
It's cool.
I know we've had some people asking about D23.
Yeah.
So hang tight for that, and we'll get you some coverage on that.
I will.
By which I mean Chris will, and I'll watch the panels on my phone in my comfies, not getting breathed on.
Yeah.
If you are enjoying the podcast and you want more, as we said earlier, you can always follow us on patreon.com/2filthycasualspod. It helps us out a ton. Helps us get to events before we can bully people into giving us media badges.
Please.
Well, I was behind the curve on that one too. I can't even blame them for that. Please do, wherever you are watching or listening, keep in mind we're on YouTube and your podcatcher of choice. So however you want to enjoy this content, have at it. And please do take a moment to like, subscribe, rate, review. It really does help just boost getting more eyes on this. And as always, you can follow us on social media. We're on Instagram and TikTok at 2filthycasualspod. Alrighty.
Yay.
Happy almost spooky season.
Happy almost spooky season.
But it's still summer.
It's still summer.
Go eat an ear of corn and dip your toesies in some water. I don't care what water, but I want your little toesies in it.
Yeah.
And until next time, I'm Amy Newman.
Chris Carr.
And if you followed this fandom, you'd be home by now.
Do they need to be eating the corn while their toesies are in there?
I mean, that's the dream,
Okay.
right?
That seems the most summery. Perfect.